grab the link and share it in a couple of places, and we'll get cooking. Alright, so let's go. I think I need my blade, but I'll bring it over anyway. Alright, so we have me bumping into things. It's been a long day. Okay. Let's put that away. I still have a ton of slabs here that are for sale. I've got a lot of Tatis rookies, like this one, for example, in mostly 9 and 10. Some Vlad, some LaMelo Ball, like this guy right here. Lots of stuff that I'm going to be listing. Some of this I already listed for sale on Twitter. I'm going to list a lot of stuff on sale on Twitter, and I may simultaneously put it on eBay, just to get eyes on it quickly. Mostly because there's a lot of this stuff that belongs to the estate that I'm handling, and I want to try and get that taken care of. So we've got 6 boxes here from PSA, 110 cards, if I recall, 110 total. So we'll try and get through them quickly. I think around close to 100 of these, maybe? No, a lot of these, maybe not 100, maybe like 80 or so. A lot of these are Garbage Pail Kids, early Garbage Pail Kids. So some of those will be exciting to some people, not to others. I'm going to go through them in the order I pull them out of here, because there's just too many to try and organize them. So we'll dive right in. I may take this off my screen for a second if I see something that has my address on it, but it's not in this box. There we go, there's the first stack. Some of these are going to be repeats. Like I think I sent 11 or 12 of some cards, so I'll go through them fairly quickly if I get repeats. Like Forsberg, there's several of these, so I think these were all estate. Worth sending, I think, at the time. I don't know what these go for now. Like, it's been a year. It's been over a year. So I don't know what they go for, and I don't know if I was expecting 8s on a lot of these, but I got a lot of 8s. Anyway, so Forsberg rookie from Upper Deck in an 8, a 9. I'm going to breeze through these. 9. I think I have more of those. Yeah, I do. Dominic Hasek in a 9. Forsberg again in a 10. So that's nice. It's good to get a 10. Hasek in an 8. Let's set a few of these aside for a second, because I know I have a lot of repeats here. So we got another Forsberg in a 10. There's a 7. That's rough. I'll have to take a look at that. Not sure exactly what's going on with that 7. There's another 9. Again, Forsberg. Forsberg rookie in a 9. I don't do a whole lot of hockey, but again, these were estate. And for the estate, I try to figure out what might be worth sending in for a chance at a high grade to resell for a little bit higher than the base card would sell, to try and do the best for the estate sales, because I take a commission, but I want to try and get as much for her as possible. Anyway, there's another 9 for Forsberg. Let's go through these since we have them out. I really like these. I don't know what caused these to get such a low grade, but there's a Gretzky sticker. I mean, that surface looks really good. I think there might be a corner issue. Yeah, there's a ding on that corner. So either that happened after I sent it, or I just didn't notice it, which is also possible. But that ding on the top left corner is probably the reason for a 6 on that one. And then we got another 6. I'm not really sure on that. They're beautiful cards though. Anyway, there's those. Another one in a 6. I think whoever got to these just said, I'm just grading them all a 6. I don't understand. That one actually looks like it has a corner issue though, so maybe not. And then here's a Ed Belfour. This is also 91. These are 1991 award winners hologram. So there's a Ed Belfour with the Jennings trophy. And that one's an 8. Put that over there. That one's a 7. Same card. In a 7. There's a Brett Hull. And that one came back an 8. They're really, really fun to look at least. And then Gretzky again in a 7. So these did not grade well. But, yeah, I don't know. Let's dig into the next box. I may have a couple more of those. I just don't remember. It's been a while since I've looked at the list. And it's been a very long while. Alright, this one has my address in it. Take that off camera. It's been a very long time since I sent them. And I had another PSA submission that was showing up today, and they showed up while I was out running errands. And I got a sign for it. So anyway, there's another Hasek in 8. No 10s yet on that one. I think there was 1 or 2 10s that came back on this, I think. There's a 9. There's a 9. Nine, and this one is actually from my guy George in Europe, in England. He bought this card off me, and then he knew I was doing submissions, and he asked if I would send it in for him, and I said, yeah, shouldn't take any time at all, just send it right out. And of course it took a year. Anyway, it came back a 9. It's not too bad. I was hoping it would come back a 10, but a 9's not bad, so I'll get that out to George before too long. And then these are the couple of cards. These are a couple of cards that were not for me or the estate. Shaquille O'Neal from 92 Hoops. That one came back in 8. And then another 8. They loved 8 on this submission. Whoever was going through these just went 8 on a lot of stuff. Shaquille O'Neal in an 8. But there were a few select 10s, so I'll put those in my shipping pile. And then we have Hasek in a 9. I'm going to breeze through some of these. Hasek in a 10. So there's a 10 finally for that card. So look at this stack. So this stack is not 10s. And then this is the 110 over here. There's another 8 for the Hasek. Another 8. So overall, these did not do great. I mean, 8 isn't bad for how old the card is, and for finding it in a box from an estate. A lot of these literally came out of like a 5,000 count box or a 3,000 count box. Or I sent some cards actually came out of a box with like popsicle sticks, and like some of it just wasn't well cared for. Some was. Anyway, lots of 9s and 8s. All these are 9s and 8s. 9s and 8s all the way down. So that's unfortunate on the 9s and 8s. Let's get into the next box. That's 2. Two boxes down out of 6. And if you do the math, it's 20 cards per box is what they fit, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And so it's one of these boxes can be really light. I will save all the Garbage Pail Kids for last, because that's going to be a different audience of people, I think, that are really interested in how those did. So I'm going to set those aside. Those are all Garbage Pail Kids. Hope everyone's having a great Sunday. If you're watching this live or later on today, or on a different Sunday in the future, in 2034. Watching nostalgia videos to remember the second junk wax era, as some people think it is right now. These are all, I think these are all Garbage Pail. So all the Garbage Pail kids are like 80, I think they're 86 and 87 for the most part. There might be a couple of 85 and 84, but we'll get to those in a minute. We'll get through all the ones that are not Garbage Pail kids first. Let's see. There we go. Some more hockey. I think we have some, maybe some baseball and a couple of football in here too. So let's go through these. Oh, I got some Garbage Pail kid. So there's a familiar face, Forsberg, in a 9. And I will let you know before I sell any, I take pictures, but then after I take a picture, I put them all in these sleeves. I have several thousand of these sleeves. So I make sure and sleeve everyone up before they go out. Even if you buy 10, all 10 get a sleeve. Anyway, this is a 1991 Upper Deck Glasnost on ice. I have no idea what these are worth. I just know that at the time when I sent it, it to me was a good idea to send it out. So I did as much. And then Selene, if I'm saying that right, Selene. I don't know hockey very much, but this one also seemed like it was worth sending at the time, so I sent it out. That one's an 8. And then the rest of the stack, I think, might be... No, they aren't all Garbage Pail kids. Hold on. So we've got... Oh, just a couple on top. Where they have them mixed. We'll figure it out. Okay, so we have another Teemu Selene in a 9. Another 9. Another 9. It's funny, I looked at the grades before they shipped them, and I remember a handful of 10s, but I don't remember any of the details. Another 9, and there's a 10. So we finally got a 10 for him, which I'll sit right there for a minute. And then that's Garbage Pail Kid. So we've got another 8. And then Garbage Pail Kids, looks like. No, that's... They have them all mixed up. Usually they put them kind of in an order, typically in the same order I send them, but we'll see. So that one's another Glasnost on ice, and that's a 9. So was that 2 9s on the Glasnost on ice? So those are all GPK. I think these are all going to be GPK. Nope. There's a Glasnost on ice. We'll get to the GPK in a minute. So first, there's a Selene to 9. Every time I say it, I think for sure someone's on the other side of the screen correcting me. Where did I put those? There. And then another Glasnost on ice. This one's an 8. Overall, estate-wise, I'm certain I will be able to cover all the grading and still do better than perhaps selling these raw. So I'm pretty happy with that, at least. But I really did wish some of these came back higher grade. I think, honestly, on a lot of the Garbage Pail kids came back lower than I expected. And I think a lot of that could be in part due to the stickers, the way they cut the stickers. A machine cuts it from the front, and if it stamps it too hard, it cuts all the way through a little bit, and I think some of that has affected some of these grades. Well, we'll see. These are all Garbage Pail kids, which we'll get to in a minute. Just making sure that they are, so we can go through all in order. Okay, so those are all Garbage Pail kids, and then this is the last box, except that we haven't gone through the GPK yet. There's obviously the Garbage Pail kids there. And we'll see, maybe these are all Garbage Pail kids. I know I sent a lot of Garbage Pail kids out, so it wouldn't totally surprise me if the rest are Garbage Pail Kids, but I didn't think they are. I'm also confusing the other submission that's coming back that's only 23 cards. I might be confusing a couple that are in there, thinking that they're coming back in here. There's some really cool stuff coming back in the next submission. Like, this stuff is pretty tame for the most part, but there's some really incredible stuff in the next one. I think I sent out 3 Jeter rookies. Sent a bunch of nice rookies. Okay, these are all Garbage Pail Kids. So let's set all of the hockey aside. Get those kind of put off to the side, and then we'll get into some Garbage Pail Kids. There's all those. And I don't really have to separate out Garbage Pail Kids in the same way. They're all going in one giant stack, essentially. Alright, there's all our hockey for the most part. And the stuff I have to mail out, which I will put over there. Alright, let's get into some Garbage Pail Kids. So if you don't have any interest at all, if you didn't collect these things when you were a kid, or you just don't care, thanks for joining me, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Oh, today's not even Sunday. I had so much work event stuff going on. It was different from a normal work day that I keep thinking today's Sunday. Anyway, I'll have to take a look. Okay, it's 5:45 p.m. here, so take a note of what time I start the Garbage Pail Kids. Alright, so a lot of these I was hoping for a 9 or a 10. 10 is really lofty on some of the old Garbage Pail Kids, and I think my criteria might have been shooting for a 9 or better to send these out. So some of these are going to be a loss at less than a 9. And 9 or better, I think, are going to be probably recuperate costs and kind of break even, or do really well. So there's a couple that will do really well, I think. Anyway, and I'll have to look them all up because I don't know Garbage Pail Kid prices off the top of my head. Anyway, but there's Butt Bit Brandon, 527. So that's a higher number from 88. Some of these, I guess, a few of these will be from 88. 523, yeah. Steamed Piper. And this is what the back looks like. They're different. Some will be puzzle pieces like that. And this one got a 9, and you can see, maybe you can see, I don't know. You can't really see the edges of where the cut happened on the front. And there's a couple where you'll be able to see that on the back, I think. The last lot I got back, I noticed that. Anyway, that came back a 9, which is decent. This one came back a 9, which is decent. And I'd be looking for maybe some of those flaws, like the centering's off a little bit more than I thought, or more likely the sticker cut is going to be kind of pronounced on the back or something like that. Or there's a surface issue. A lot of these had gum in them, right? So there could be a surface issue. Anyway, there's an 8 Ricky Racket. So anyway, 8, 9, or 10 is still not a bad grade, but it really all depends too. Like the 88 stuff, there might be more of these in an 8 or 9 grade, so they may not fetch as much. Overeaten. That should have been Overeathen. It might have been hard to sell the joke though. There's another one, Overeaten. And some of these, so you might notice here, if you look at the label, hold them too far away. So if you look at the label, you see solve puzzle back and color letters back. And that's because some of these had different backings, even if it was the same card. So these were the same card, but a different back. And it's kind of like image variations you see in Topps Baseball and stuff now, where one of these will be a little bit more rare. I don't remember if one of these is more rare than the other, but I think that's going to be the case. Anyway, there's a Natty Dresser, also a 9. So far we're all 9s, right? I think we're all 9s. Not too bad. Natty Dresser and a 9. And we're all in the 1988 range too. 1988, that's a 9 also. I honestly do wonder. I mean, I hate to say this. It's kind of it's slanderous if I were saying if it was true, but I'm not saying that. But I do wonder if there's a possibility that someone at PSA gets a giant stack of like 80 garbage pail kids and says, "Hey, we're way backlogged. Anything 1988 is getting a 9 unless it's glaringly not a 9," and just speed through them and give it a 9 instead of like a 10 or an 8 and really eyeballing it. I suppose it's possible. I don't know. Anyway, that was Billy Ake, and this is another Billy Ake, and I think these are actually the same. This one came back 8 though. So there's our first 8. We'll set in an 8 pile. There's another 9. This is we're getting into 1987 now. We'll probably go back to 88 on some. Yeah, we will. Anyway, this is Sucker Randall. Oh, Rat Sucker Randall. He's sucking on a rat. That one's a 9. I'm going to make a 9 pile, an 8 pile, and a 10 pile. No, we have a few 10s. Hissy Missy. She's blowing herself up. That one's a 9. Then another 9, False Iris. So at least if they're going to broad rush a bunch of 9s, if that was the kind of thing that happened, at least they're all 9s and not 7s. I mean, I can live with 9s. There's our first 10. Horace Manure. Horace Manure. Say that 10 times fast. Horace Manure from 1988, 532B. That is a 10. So there's our first 10. I like it. Okay. Next, let's move this pile over so we can get them easier. There's another 10. Also 88. This one's a Cloud Burst. He's bursting all over those people. I'm not sure that's rain. I'm going to put, actually, the 10s over there, I think. There we go. Unfortunately, there's another 8. That's Lunchbox Stew. I don't know. Kind of phoned that name in, I think, a little bit. There's another 9. Still in the 87s now. The Fluoride Ida. Fluoride Ida in a 9. You can tell the numbering right. So this one is 86, and the number goes all the way down to 190 now. The 87 was in the 300s, and the 88s are in the 500s. So that's kind of how the Garbage Pail Kids series works. The numbers just kept going up for like, I don't know, 10 years or something. Or 15 series over several years. 6, 7 years. I don't remember. Anyway, 190B, that one came back a 9. Gill Grill. So that's from 86 in a 9. Not too shabby. Gene Machine in a 9. Natty Dresser in a 9. I did have some of the really key iconic cards like in the sub 100 numbering range that most people go for, but they would not have come back 9 or 10, I don't think, and I sold them. I did okay selling them raw on eBay. These will all be on eBay tomorrow, I think. Anyway, Horatio Hornblower, that's one of my favorites that I sent out. That one came back a 9. At least the 9 stack is nice and tall. Gooey Gwen. That's just fabulous to look at. Gooey Gwen. That's a 9. And then equally fabulous, Sunny Side Up. That one came back a 9. I forgot about this one. Not that it's like special, I just forgot about it. Anyway, this one came back a 10. Lucky Lou. Another 88 that came back a 10. We got 88, 88, and 88. So far, only 88s came back a 10. And then this one's a checklist. So some of these kit spits, some had a checklist on the back and some did not. And when I noticed that, I made sure to note it. And I think, PSA knows that, but I made sure to note it in the list anyway, so it would be noted on the slab. Sometimes I think it could make a difference, especially on a checklist. Because back then, I'm not the only one. A lot of us would get a pen and check them all off as we're collecting. I collected this whole set back in the day. Anyway, that's a 9. Kit Spit. And then Flabby Abby. That one came back at 10. Some of these would not stand the scrutiny of today. So this one, I'm kind of surprised I actually got a 9. Like, you can see the sticker edging line. Maybe it's just the light. Yeah, it's just the lighting. It's not whiting on the sticker, it's just lighting. Anyway, Crawlin' Rollin'. That one's nice. 9. Chow Mame. That one came back 9. Only 2 8s so far. More 10s than 8s, which is great news. 3-card Monty. He's using his eyeball. That's beautiful. You know, if someone had a fake eye and they could probably make a gimmick out of that. 9 on that one. All right. Bunch left. Oh, there's one of my other favorite old ones. And it came back a 10? Nice. Anyway, Horse Manure again in a 10. Didn't I already have a 10 Horse Manure? Or no? Yeah. So, 2 Horse Manure in 10. Cool. Those have the same, they're the exact same card, same back and everything. So that's nice. Both of those came back at 10. And we have Spooned June in a 10. It's good to see some 10s. Let's keep them rolling. Again, all of these are going to be available for sale. These are all estate cards. And, you know, there may be 1 or 2 that I hold back for myself for my own collection. But otherwise, you know, and then I'll have to buy them from the estate. But otherwise, they're all for sale for the estate. It's a Weird Walker. That is weird. That's an 8. It's our third 8 in those. Polluted Paul in a 10. I like the Polluted Paul card. That one was creative. I mean, they all are, but I was kind of surprised. It's like 600 cards in, and they do A and B, right? So after that many cards, they're still coming up with ideas. That was what a time. And they're coming up with them now still. I've got modern ones for sale currently. There's a 9 on Muddy Buddy. Less talking, more going through cards. There's an 8. Hugh Fix-It. Got himself in a vice situation. There's another 8. Varicose Wayne. That is a very memorable named card. 400A, Varicose Wayne. Another 8. We're on the 8 train. Flat Tyler. I knew we had a lot of 8s. Flat Tyler in an 8. Then you've got Hot Doug. He looks way too content with someone eating him. It's weird. Dental Flossie, another memorable one from the past. 203, that's from 86. That's a 9. I didn't collect all the way into like the 600s when I was younger, I don't think. Collected for a couple years. Anyway, there's a Fatty Matty in a 9. Spoon June again in a 9. We just looked at that one, I believe. Locked Dorian. That one's hilarious. That's a 9. Locked Dorian. So if you're looking for high grade vintage Garbage Pail Kids, I am the guy to go to right now. Flamin' Raymond in an 8. There's another one that I cannot forget from the past. In a 9, Basket Casey, 154 from 1986. There's another 9, Dale Snail. This pile's getting kind of tall over here. 9s, 8s, and then we have, I think, the same amount of 10s as 8s. Mouth Fill, baseball themed one in a 9. There's another 9, Itchy Mitch. I like some of the comics. I didn't read all these comics before I send them in. I might do that before I sell them. Take a look at some of those. There's another Lock to Dorian in an 8. Yeah, some of these I sent a couple. Ned Head. That's another very memorable one from 86. 119A, fairly lowish number. So I'm kind of glad that came back at 10 too. Ned Head in a 10. And this is another very memorable one, 108. By very memorable, I mean these are ones I definitely collected when I was collecting. I had these when I was a kid. Anyway, that one's a 9. Smelly Sally, the mermaid. All right, last stack here. This is one I was referring to earlier that I remember. Juicy Jessica, 105A. That one came back at 10. Very pleased with that. That's a cool, really, really cool card for someone's collection. This one too, Beaky Becky. For anyone who collected the first couple of series, first few series of these will hit you right in the nostalgia. Beaky Becky in a 10. And you can get them encapsulated so they'll never get damaged if you're careful enough with them anyway. You don't hit them with a hammer. Punchy Perry in a 9. Now we're in the sub 100 number range. Bruised Lee came back at 10. Bruised Lee with the copyright. So there were some that were that did not have copyright, most of them, and then there were a select few that end up getting printed with copyright. I don't know how many or how rare, but this one had the copyright and came back at 10. I think I might have sent one of him without the copyright too. There's a Fatty Matty again in an 8. Oh, Hurt Kurt. And then one of my all-time favorites is next. Anyway, Hurt Kurt in a 9. I liked that because I was a skateboarder back then too. Joe Blow. This is one of my favorites. And I may, unless someone reaches out and tries to snag it first, I may, depending on what the value, the sale value on this is, I may snag it for myself and buy it from the estate. Joe Blow with the principal back. There were a couple different backs of this one as well. Not that the back of it matters to me. I just have the nostalgia of loving this card when I was a kid. Anyway, that one's a 9. May have to buy that one. 6. So here's one that probably the sticker came through. No, it had some other issue on the back that I guess I didn't notice when I sent it in, but you can see it real clearly there. Or it happened when I sent it out, maybe in shipping. I don't know. It's possible I missed it. Anyway, that one came back as 6. That is Eck Benedict cracking his head open and frying up his brains. That one came back a lousy 6. We'll put it over there. That was the worst one, I think, of the bunch. And then there's a Johnny One Note. And the note's coming out the wrong side. That's a 9. Face section. So apparently he had different kinds of backs too. And that's the face section puzzle back. No Way Jose. That bull just went right through him. That's a 9. 9 pile's getting way too tall. Formulade Heidi. That one came back at 10. And that's a number 160B. Formulade Heidi in a 10. And there's another 8. Overripe Melanie. That's disturbing. No Way Jose again in a 9. So that's the same No Way Jose. Exact same card, same back in a 9. Both are 9. Hygiene. That one's a 9. Some of these might be good gifts, like if you know someone named Gene, get him the Hygiene one. Or Tyler, if you know a Tyler. Give him Flat Tyler. Flat Tyler in a 9. And that's it. So, just kind of a summary, right? 1, 6. Looks like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. About 12 8s. And then around 3.5 times that in 9s. So probably around 40 or so, 45 9s. I'm going to guess 43 9s. That would be my guess. And then if this was 12, then that's going to be about 13 10s on those. So not too shabby. That was actually maybe better than I expected. I don't know if I expected that many 10s, but anyway, that's it. That's all I got for today. I'm gonna do another one maybe Monday night. We'll see how busy Monday becomes because I've got a lot of work stuff going on. But yeah, maybe Monday or Tuesday night I'll do another PSA reveal. It'll be 23 cards, and it's gonna be some pretty exciting stuff from baseball, and then also a couple of non-sport and a little bit of football and basketball mixed in, some rookies. So tune in and check that out. In the meantime, right at the top left there, you see at CW Breaks. Check that out. On, I think, my pin post, there is a link to my online shop. I will also be posting these soon, and I have around 19,000 cards online. So take a look at my online shop and see if there's something in there you like. I'll probably put these on my online shop as well, just to get eyes on them in various places. And then, wherever they sell first, they sell first. But take a look, and or just if you don't want to wait, this is going to take me a while to get these listed places. Reach out if you saw one that you like and you want to make an offer. Anything, like I'm going off eBay comps, but reasonable offers will be definitely accepted. So it doesn't have to be like eBay comps. But reach out at CW Breaks, and we'll connect and make a couple sales or trade. We'll do some trades on some things too. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you Monday or Tuesday with the next PSA set.